Have you ever questioned what would happen if the Earth suddenly stopped spinning? It's an unsettling thought, isn't it? But why does it unsettle us? Is it because it nudges us out of our comfort zones? Or is it because it's a question that truly holds weight? Our planet's rotation isn't just a cosmic ballet, it's a life-sustaining dance. It brings us the changing of the seasons, the ebb and flow of the tides, and the comforting predictability of day turning into night. It's a rhythm we've grown accustomed to, a rhythm that has shaped life as we know it. But what if that rhythm came to an abrupt halt? The very thought sends shivers down the spine. It makes us question our place in the universe and the delicate balance that keeps our world spinning. Keep in mind this terrifying thought as we delve deeper into the heart of our planet. Our planet, Earth, is not just sitting idle in space. Far from it, the Earth is engaged in a complex dance of cosmic proportions. This dance is not choreographed to music, but to the laws of physics, the gravitational pull of the Sun, and the relentless push and pull of our own satellite, the Moon. Let's start with the basics. Earth spins on its axis, an imaginary line running from the North Pole to the South Pole. This spinning motion, or rotation, is why we have day and night. As the Earth spins, different parts of the world face the Sun, bathing them in light and giving us day. When those parts turn away from the Sun, they are enveloped in darkness, giving us night. This rotation is not slow or leisurely. The Earth is spinning at a speed of about 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. Imagine that! We are all traveling at that speed right now, yet we don't feel it because everything around us is moving at the same speed. Now let's bring the Moon into this dance. The Earth and the Moon have a gravitational relationship. The Moon orbits the Earth, and in turn, the Earth orbits the Sun, all due to the invisible force of gravity. This gravitational pull between the Earth and the Moon affects not just their dance in space, but also the ebb and flow of the tides on Earth. This intricate dance, this rotation and orbit, is an essential part of our existence. It governs our days and nights, our seasons, even the very climate of our planet. But what if this dance, this rotation, came to a sudden halt? The Earth, like a top that has lost its spin, would become a very different place. But that is a story for the next scene. For now, let's appreciate the cosmic ballet that keeps our planet alive and vibrant. Imagine a day, a very long day, that lasts forever. That's right. We're talking about a world where the Earth's rotation comes to a grinding halt. It's a concept that's both fascinating and terrifying, and it's worth exploring what that would really mean for us. First off, we'd notice a significant change in gravity. Earth's rotation causes it to bulge at the equator, but without that spin, gravity would pull everything into a more spherical shape. This means the oceans would redistribute, pooling more around the poles and leaving vast land masses exposed at the equator. Next, let's consider the day-night cycle. Right now we're accustomed to a 24-hour cycle, but if Earth stopped spinning, one side would be locked in perpetual daylight, while the other would be plunged into eternal night. Imagine the Sun hanging static in the sky, or a darkness that never lifts. It's an alien concept, isn't it? And then there's the weather. The planet's rotation stirs up our atmosphere and drives our weather systems. Without that churning motion, weather patterns would change dramatically. The sunny side of the Earth would experience relentless, scorching heat, turning it into a barren desert. The dark side, on the other hand, would be a frozen wasteland, as temperatures plummet without the sun's warmth. But these aren't the only changes we'd see. We'd also face the loss of the Earth's magnetic field, which protects us from harmful solar radiation. Without it, life as we know it could be in serious jeopardy. So it seems that a day that lasts forever isn't quite the idyllic scenario it might sound like. It would bring with it a host of catastrophic changes that would reshape our world in ways we can hardly imagine. But this is just the beginning of our nightmare. The Earth standing still would trigger a chain reaction of events, each more terrifying than the last. But that's a story for another scene. For now, let's just appreciate the rhythmic dance of our spinning Earth and hope it keeps on turning. The long day has just begun, and with it, chaos ensues. As the Earth's rotation comes to a halt, we're thrust into an unending day. But this is no ordinary day. It's a day that brings with it a host of challenges we've never faced before. The initial shock might have worn off, but the long-term effects are just beginning to unfold. One of the most immediate and evident consequences is the potential extinction of many species. With the sun relentlessly beaming down on one side of the Earth and the other side plunged into a never-ending night, the delicate balance that sustains life on our planet is thrown off kilter. Many species, unable to adapt to these abrupt changes, face the grim prospect of extinction. The drastic climate changes are another aspect we need to brace ourselves for. The side of the Earth that's constantly exposed to the sun will become unbearably hot, making it nearly uninhabitable. On the flip side, the part of the Earth in perpetual darkness will experience freezing temperatures, likely turning it into a barren, icy wasteland. This extreme dichotomy of climates is unlike anything we've ever experienced. And it's not just about the heat and cold. The Earth's rotation affects our ocean currents and wind patterns, which in turn influence our weather systems. With the Earth standing still, these systems go haywire. We're likely to see more intense storms, unpredictable weather patterns, and perhaps even shifts in the geographic locations of our deserts and rainforests. But as we grapple with these new realities, trying to adapt and survive in a world that's drastically different from the one we once knew, we must remember that this story is far from over. We're still in the midst of this long, unending day, and there's no telling what other surprises it has in store for us. As we struggle to survive, another danger lurks just around the corner. Just when you think it can't get any worse, it does. Our Earth is a spinning sphere, a giant magnet in space, generating a protective force field known as the magnetic field. This invisible shield wraps around our planet like a cosmic cocoon, deflecting the harmful solar radiation that constantly bombards us from the sun. But what happens when this protective shield disappears? Well, the consequences are dire. You see, the Earth's rotation is not just for day and night. It also plays an essential role in generating this life-sustaining magnetic field. Deep within the Earth, currents of molten iron create electric currents as the planet spins, and these electric currents generate the magnetic field. It's a beautifully complex dance of physics, a testament to the delicate balance that sustains life on our planet. But imagine a scenario where the Earth's rotation slows down, or worse, stops altogether. The dynamo effect that generates our magnetic field would weaken and eventually disappear. Without this protective shield, we'd be exposed to the full brunt of the sun's deadly radiation. Our atmosphere would start to erode, gradually stripped away by the solar winds. The skies would no longer be blue, but a harsh, unending white, as the sun's unfiltered rays scorch the Earth's surface. Oceans would evaporate, forests would wither and die, and all life as we know it would cease to exist. Our beautiful, vibrant Earth would transform into a barren, lifeless wasteland. This scenario might sound like something out of a science fiction novel, but it's a very real possibility. The Earth's magnetic field has weakened by 10% over the last 2 centuries, and scientists believe it could continue to weaken further. The final blow to our planet might not come from an asteroid or a nuclear war, but from the loss of our magnetic field. Without our magnetic shield, the Earth becomes a barren, lifeless wasteland. We must value and protect this invisible shield that keeps us safe. For without it, life on Earth, as we know it, would be impossible. Is there a glimmer of hope in this seemingly bleak future? Perhaps there is. Humanity has always been known for its resilience, its adaptability. We've survived ice ages, droughts and plagues. We've built civilizations, explored unknown territories, and reached for the stars. Now, faced with this new challenge, we must adapt once again. There's no denying that the changes we face are drastic, but so too are our potential survival strategies. We could learn to live in harmony with our changing planet, developing technologies to harness its raw, untamed power. We could seek shelter underground, safe from the elements, or even look to the stars for a new home. Our ability to survive in extreme conditions is not to be underestimated. Life in all its myriad forms is tenacious. It clings on, it pushes forward, it evolves. It is the story of life on Earth, a story of endurance and survival. Or perhaps this is the end of our story, the final chapter of life on Earth. Or is it?